So here we go on the second one. Here's my equation. Notice we did not change the denominator. We just changed the numerator a little bit so you can see what happens to the graph as we change the numerator. So my domain, still the same thing. So I'm still going to factor it. And since I know that my denominator is the same, it is still x plus 3 times x minus 2. So I left the denominator the same. So I set it equal to 0. So I've got x plus 3 times x minus 2 equals 0. So x plus 3 equals 0 and x minus 2 equals 0. So x equals negative 3 and x equals 2, or rather they can't equal that because that's what makes the denominator 0. So my domain would be negative infinity to negative 3 joined with negative 3 to 2 joined with 2 to infinity. Okay, great. And my vertical asymptotes. So I did not cancel anything out again, so I have no holes. So I'm going to say holes, none. And my vertical asymptotes I kind of found out from my domain. There are x equals negative 3. They're whatever, my vertical asymptotes are what makes my denominator 0. So there's two of them. X equals negative 3 and x equals 2. Okay, so now we get a little harder because I need to find my horizontal asymptotes. Those are a little harder, so I'm going to rewrite my equation. F of x equals x plus 1 over x plus 3 times x minus 2. Okay. Sorry, I should have written the unfactored version of that. So sorry. X squared plus x minus 6. Okay, so I need the degree, and the degree of my numerator degree is 1, and the degree of my denominator is 2, and 1 is less than 2, so that means n is less than m. So this is still case 1. So my horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. Okay? Still the same there. My y-intercept, so I'm going to find f of 0. So I've got 0 plus 1 all over 0 squared plus 0 minus 6. So that is going to equal 1 over negative 6. So my y-intercept is 0 comma negative 1/6. Okay, good job. Now we want to find the x-intercept. So I'm going to set 0 equal to x plus 1 over x squared plus 0 minus 6. I'm going to cross multiply, and I get 1 times x plus 1 equals 0 times x squared plus x minus 6, which I totally wrote wrong. So I get x plus 1 equals 0, or x equals 1. So my x-intercept is going to be 1, 0. Okay, so now we're going to make a table because we don't, and since I don't know how many extras I'm going to have to choose. Probably won't choose more than 4, just so you guys know. X and f of x. And I'm going to go ahead and put in my information here. So I know that I have, let's see, what do I have? I have a vertical asymptote at negative 3. And I have a vertical asymptote at 2. And I have a horizontal asymptote at 0. Okay, so there's my asymptotes. I'm going to put my points in with a different color. So my y-intercept is at 0, negative 1/6 again. Okay, and then I have an x-intercept at, oh, did I do something wrong? I think I did really quick. Oh, it's not x equals 1, it's x equals -1. Whew. Okay, so, so sorry about that. So -1, 0. Remember we said when we were talking about horizontal asymptotes that my graph could cross a horizontal asymptote, it just cannot cross a vertical asymptote. And so there we go. So now we need to choose values again to find out, to find other points, to find out what my graph is doing. So I'm going to choose one in this area, and I'm going to choose one in this area, and I'm going to choose one in this area, and I'm going to choose one in this area. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to choose -4 again. Again, I'm going to choose as close to the asymptote as I can. I'm going to choose -2, and we just choose 1, and I'm going to choose 3. And I'm going to plug it into the calculator. Well, what is my equation again? Well, it's f of x equals x plus 1 all over x squared plus x minus 6. And when I'm putting it in to the calculator or to Desmos, make sure that I'm putting parentheses around my information so that the right things are together. So if I plug in -4, I am going to get -0.5. And if I plug in -2, I'm going to get 0.25. And if I plug in 1, I'm going to get -0.5. And if I plug in 3, I'm going to get 0.67. Okay, so now I'm going to graph these points. So I've got -4, -0.5, so that's underneath. And it's going to look like this. And if I plug in my other points here, 2, 0.25, and 1, -5, okay, it's going to kind of snake around here. So it kind of looks like this. There we go. And 3 2/3 about there. So it's coming like this. Okay, there we go. There's the function for this graph. Good job, you guys. Picked up the pace a little bit. That's good. 2 more graphs, and we're going to show you what they look like. The next one still has the same denominator. So here we go.